Hey everybody, it's me, Tom Angleberger, author of The Strange Case of Origami Yoda. And of course, I'm a Star Wars fan, but some of you may also know I'm a big fan of Godzilla. And today I'm going to show you how to make a Origami Godzilla puppet. And I'll give you some tips on making a King Ghidora puppet too. This is King Ghidora over here if you don't know him. And this is very easy. This is not complicated origami. There are people out there on the internet that can make an incredible Godzilla out of origami, but I just wanted to have fun and make a finger puppet. So here he is. Let me show you how to make him. All right, let me put these guys aside for the moment and get out our piece of green paper. This is just half a piece of copy size paper. It happens to be green, and I'm actually using some cardstock. That makes good puppets, but it can be a little tougher to fold. You may want to make your first one out of just regular copy paper. And we're also going to need a little piece of white paper for the teeth, and have some scissors handy. This is technically kirigami because we're going to make 3 cuts to make Godzilla happen. And we'll need a pen and a red marker or even a red colored pencil. All right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make Godzilla's lower lip. Okay, seems like a strange place to start, but it helps us get all the proportions right if we start there. So fold up just a little bit, like that, a little less than an inch probably, and then fold down just a really little bit, just a little. That's going to be Godzilla's lower lip. All right, for those of you that just wanted to fold Godzilla's lower lip, you can move on. To the rest of you, here we go. We're going to take the top and we're going to fold it all the way down to where? To Godzilla's lower lip, of course. And crease that across the top like that. Now, you're going to take the lower lip and fold it up. It's going to create his nostrils and a little bit of an upper lip. There it is. Okay. Don't want to go too overboard here. Okay. It's about the same amount that you folded up down there. So here we have, you can already see how this makes a big mouth. To make those nostrils, we're going to do our first cut. So just turn this around so you can get to it easier. Right in the very middle, you're going to give it a snip. Okay, just one snip right in the very middle. And then you're going to fold this corner in like this. Okay. And you're going to fold the other corner in like that. Can you see what I'm doing there? Let me put this white paper behind it real quick so you can see what that fold was. Just like that. Just a little V shape. And then you're going to take this longer edge here and you're going to fold it under too. And in fact, you might just want to fold this so you can see what you're doing. Open this up a little bit. Fold this down so it goes way over here. I had a little tear there because I'm using the cardstock. Fold it shut. Now don't worry about it what it looks like down here. That's going to be on the back of the model. All we're worried about is this part right here. Let me put that paper under there again so you can clearly see what that looks like. Do the same thing on the other side. Like so. They don't need to match perfectly, but have a look at them. See if they match all right. They're pretty similar. All right, let's turn this guy back around now again so we can see what we're doing. Now we're going to do the standard puppet fold. If you've done any of my origami before, you've probably done this. This is the same way we make Yoda and just about every other character. You flip this over. You take one side and you fold it over like this. How far is not exact. Just a little bit. In fact, if you were to split this in half here, I don't even know if that makes sense. Just fold it over a little bit. Don't worry about it too much. And then fold the other side over like this. I need to come up with a better explanation for that. I've been doing it for so long now. All right. So there we go. We just folded it shut like this. Okay. It's not, none of it needs to be exact, but look on the other side. Make sure it's close to even. Is that close to even? It's a little lopsided, but you know, Godzilla doesn't care. He's busy. All right. So there we go. We've got already, you could go ahead and decorate this and claim it was Godzilla. It would just be sort of blocky. But what we're going to do here is we're going to make his head stick out on either side here a little bit. see, this Godzilla here used to be block sized, and then I pulled paper out to make his head this shape. So let's flip it over so we can see how to do that. Okay, we're going to start over on this side. Now, this is a little tricky if you've never done anything like this before, but it's not an exact science. Don't worry about getting it perfect. You're just going to stick your finger in here to sort of open things up. And then with your other hand, you're going to pull down in this direction. And you're just going to sort of wrestle it into shape like this. So that if you flip it over again, you'll see now Godzilla's head sticks out to the side. Okay, and you might also notice, if you are worried about how far to do it, if you'll notice here, let me put this paper in there again so you can see. This corner here now lines up with the edge of the puppet. Okay? So, you're going to do the same thing on the other side, but before we move over there, let's take care of this thing here. There's this little thing down here. On the other side, it was his lip. We're going to use this to make the back of Godzilla's mouth. So, now watch this. This is going to go similar to the last thing. We're opening it up, we're wrestling it in shape, and we're moving this thing corner over so that it goes, in fact, a little past the edge of the puppet. We want it to actually stick almost straight up over here. Okay, see how I got that over there so it sticks almost straight up, and we're actually going to tuck it behind this other piece here like that. So when you look at it from the front, it should look like this. You can see how this should look like side of the head, and then behind it a jaw coming forward and connecting there to the front and the lower lip. Okay, now we're going to do the same moves on the other side. So when you get around to the back, you can sort of just open that up and switch it around so it's easier to get to this other flap. Same moves. We're going to open this up, wrestle it a little bit into place so that that edge meets the edge over there. Okay, I've got to give it really good creases because of the cardstock I'm using. Now take this other piece, wrestle it so it comes over here and goes almost straight up. Okay, there we go, like that. Let's see how that looks from the front. Ah, there we go. There we go. I think we got it. All right, so now we've got a little bit more head shaping to do, and this is real easy to do. We're going to turn it around so you can get to the head. Put your scissors in the middle, but don't cut in the middle. Cut a little bit to the left, and then cut a little bit to the right. And don't go overboard with this. This puppet is pretty hard to mess up, but the one way you can mess it up is by cutting too far. Don't cut too far down in there. All right, let's turn it around again so we can have another look at it. We're now going to fold back from the bottom of that cut to over here like this. Okay, and from the same thing on the other side like this. All right, if you want to, you can even tuck these corners back to make his spine there a little spinier. There you go. See how that worked? And it is a finger puppet. You can put your finger back there. A little bit of tape might help it be more durable. But there is a space for your finger, and now you can use it as a finger puppet. You can walk around and make it talk to people like Godzilla. I'm not sure what Godzilla has to say these days, but that's up to you. Hey, before we go too much farther, let's just do the teeth real quick. You just need a white piece of paper. It should be about as far across as that is. One little snip in the very middle. And then another snip and another snip. And then another one and another one. Keep them pretty even after that one in the middle. Now you just fold each of these corners back. And it's going to make teeth. Okay, I don't want to take all day here, but it does, it is a bunch of corners here to fold. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Well, those teeth are a little crooked. This could be better. But I'm kind of in a hurry here because I don't want to waste your time. So let's just move on. I will maybe put better teeth in this guy later on. All right. Oh. All right. Of course, the other thing you could have done is you could have just cut V's like this. But I thought it would be a little more traditionally origami-ish. You can see my dogs. Yeah, my dogs don't like too much cutting. They get very upset when I do many cuts. We like to limit the number of cuts. All right, so now you're going to shove that up in there. Okay, there we go. Oh, gracious. Oh, these dogs. All right, there you go. There we go. Got this teeth in there. Boy, the teeth were the hardest part. All right, there we go. Now we're going to have a look at the decorations. I did these with a thinner pen, but I think to make it show up a little better here, I'm going to go ahead and use a Sharpie. Just to give you an idea of what we do here, I'm going to start up at the top. I'm going to make this spine. Down here, I'm going to make a big thing like that. Oh, I apologize about the dogs. The UPS truck went by. They always hope they're getting something. They're not getting anything today, I don't believe. Couple of loops there for Godzilla's eyes. I'll color those in red later. Fill in the rest of this area with some scales. Now, it's up to you whether you want to do this really good or really bad like I'm doing it. That's totally up to you. Let's see. Now, I want him to have a few more circles here. And then some circles here that go down between the nostrils. And then the nostrils are just like that. Draw a lip all the way across the bottom. And you can draw the bottom lip on there too. And some more scales. And there you go. Oh, let me add that red for the eyes. All right. You can see on my, the one I've just made here is not quite as good as the other one. Well, it's because I'm doing it standing up while looking into a camera, etc. But a little more work could make this guy pretty nice. These teeth could fit in better if I just fold this down here. Give him a little dental work here. There you go. Oh, that makes him look a lot better already. We might want to color it in black back here. Back here behind his teeth. You might want to color that in black. That's up to you. Now, that's how you make Godzilla. Let's just take a quick look at King Ghidorah here. Now, King Ghidorah, this is pretty much just fake. All of this is not real origami. It's just... but these heads, I think you can see. By the way, this works as a finger puppet too. And each of these heads is basically the same as the Godzilla head we just made. I just made it skinnier and taller. And then I took some of the loose paper back here and cut a strip of it, folded that strip up to make King Ghidorah's horns. Now, folks, I'm ready to have a battle. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Who will win? Wait, there's Godzilla and Twin Godzilla. And you never know. We might have Ultraman show up to save the day. I also love Ultraman and some of the Ultraman characters. Maybe if you want to see any of those, leave a request down in the comments. If there's Ultraman, Godzilla, anything you want, you never know. I might be able to fold it, and I might even be able to make a tutorial about it. So thanks again. Don't forget to check out my book, Origami Yoda, or any of my other books, including R2-D2's Guide to Folding and Doodling. That's the book that has a lot of information about making origami puppets and stuff in it. All right, folks, thanks a lot for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you next time. You know, usually I would say, may the force be with you when I had Yoda, but since it's Godzilla, I guess I'll just say, I can't do Godzilla. Maybe my dog could come over and bark for a little bit. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for joining me. I'll see you next time.